Can't get out of your own head. You wake up every morning thinking that today's going to be your day, and then something happens and it just screws it up. And then that old voice comes back telling you what you can't do, trying to talk you out of your dreams, try to talk you out of your goals, try to talk you out of what you said that you were going to do, what you planned. Let me tell you something. Sometimes that old voice is basically a recording of what someone has told you. You know, each time a thought comes that you don't want to think, or a thought comes that's telling you that you're going to revert back to how you were, I want you to ask it a question and say, is this how I really feel, or is this something somebody has told me? A lot of times we live this life and we live through things and we do things in our lives because we've been told something when we were a kid, and basically that's become our identity. But the thing is, it's not really us. The reason I say that because there's a part of you that wants to change. So there's a part of you that knows that this person that you've become, or these habits that you are doing or performing, are not really in line with what you want to do. Now, I can tell you this, growing up as a person with a parent that was basically a sometimes parent, you know, I always talk about my father. My father basically gave me feelings of abandonment. And I had the worst kind of father, because it'd have been different if he was just never there, because I can't miss something I never knew. But when you have a father that's a sometimes father, which means he comes around when it's convenient for him, when he feels the need, like, oh, I guess I should go see my kid, that's what I had. The thing about that is it messes you up, because basically it gives you hope. So what you start thinking is, I have to basically chase love. I have to basically chase to be, I have to earn the right to be loved. And that is not how love is. You do not earn the right to be loved. Basically, someone either loves you, they give it to you, or they don't. Especially a parent. First of all, your parent's supposed to love you anyway. I got kids, and I can't fathom the thing myself not loving them, myself not wanting to be around them. You know, I wanted my kids every day to know where dad was. When my kids went to sleep, I wanted them to know where dad was. I told myself that once in college. I said my kids would never wonder two things: if daddy loves them and where daddy is when they go to sleep. But yeah, my father basically, he would come around when it was only convenient for him. Like, I remember days I would call him and tell him, and I'd be right down the street from him, so we make it easy for him. I'd be right down the street, he still wouldn't come get me. I call his house 5 or 10 times. No, I ain't gonna say 5 or 10 times. That's a lie. I call his house about 15 times. He wouldn't even pick up the phone. And a lot of times I knew he was right there. I remember one time he actually said that he might go to, to Wisconsin with his other family. He said he, basically let me know. Do you know he didn't tell me? I called day and night that whole weekend and he never showed up. I remember one time he was supposed to come and take me somewhere. I stayed looking out that window all day for him, and he never showed up. So what that taught me was that my love, that in order for someone to love me, I had to chase it. That is wrong. And also, my other parent, I had abandonment issue because I had a parent that I felt never basically stood up for me. And that is a lonely feeling when you got one parent that's not there physically, then you got one parent you feel doesn't have your back emotionally, or you basically don't feel safe around them. That is a lonely feeling for a kid to grow up. But I can tell you this, I grew up thinking that I had to always prove something, thinking that I always had to earn acceptance, from people. And it wasn't until therapy, which I'm not afraid to say, it wasn't until therapy that I learned that I didn't have to live like that. And that's what a lot of you are going through. A lot of you are going through basically stuff that happened in your childhood. Somebody's told you what you couldn't do. A lot of times it was your own parent that told you. A lot of times most of the time it was your own family. And a lot of you are dealing with that right now in your life. And I'm just here to tell you, listen, you don't have to deal with that. You do not have to continue to carry that another day. You can basically wake up tomorrow, and every time you go to do something, you hear that recording, I want you to ask it one question. Why? You don't deserve love. Why? You don't deserve wealth. Why? How come I don't? Ask yourself that question. A lot of times that would kill everything. I remember my therapist told me to do that. It killed a lot of things in my life. I would tell myself I don't deserve it, and I ask myself, why? Who told you that? What makes you any less deserving than anyone else that has it? So you need to start asking yourself why. And then you also need to start asking yourself, like I said, every morning when that old voice comes, because it's going to continue to come. And because the only way to beat it is through action. When that old voice comes, you need to say, is this me? Or is this just a belief that I bought into because somebody said something once? Or is this a belief that I bought into because of how I was treated growing up? Listen, Kevin Samuels said it the best. He said, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. Your life What happened to you in your past isn't your fault, but it is your responsibility. And I'm not here to persuade you. I know some of y'all don't like Kevin Samuels. I'm not trying to persuade you either way it go. So whatever. But even people you don't like can say stuff that is true, and you have to agree with it. So I'm telling you right now, your life is your responsibility. Stop blaming mama. Stop blaming daddy. Some of y'all are 50 years old still blaming mama and daddy. It's time to let it go. It's time to say, hey, you know what? They did what they did. I can't undo it. I can't unscramble them eggs. Let me make the rest of my life, the best of my life. Because remember, every time you hear that voice telling you what you can do or what you can't do, remember, it's never your future. It's always your past calling back. It has nothing new to say. Don't answer. Keep on pushing.